What's going on, people? Welcome to 137 Works, and today we're having a look at the 2021 Formula Hybrid X mod from Racing Studios. It's the latest car basically from the just super acclaimed Racing Studios, RSS. They make some of the best stuff for Assetto Corsa. Their Formula mods are basically legendary at this point. And this one is basically, it's essentially based on the 2021 upcoming next year rule changes that we've got coming to the actual real sport of Formula 1. And yeah, you can see here, it's a completely just drop dead gorgeous car. Although in my opinion, it could be Marmite. I think a lot of people don't like it. They don't like the wheel cover and stuff like that. I might fall into that category myself. I'm not a big fan of them just yet, and the rear wing as well is a bit unusual for my liking. But overall, it's just, I think the silhouette and the general kind of style that they're going for is just it's pretty beautiful. So we're gonna do the usual, have the VR look. We're gonna have a look around and just see what the quality is like in VR, the detail, and listen to the engine. Have a look around the track, have a couple of laps around the track, and have a look and see what kind of performance, kind of physics, how they feel. Again, we don't really go for lap times or anything like that, just kind of a general feel. So that's about it. We're going to move over after this little look around in the Content Manager showroom. We're going to jump into the headset and get into it. So yeah, enjoy. So here we are inside the RSS Formula Hybrid X 2021, and as we have a look around, you can see in the mirrors that interesting shape of the wing that I talked about. You can see the, I don't even know what they'd be called, just kind of wings up over the wheels, which is really interesting to see. They're attached onto the wheel assembly by the looks of it, or onto the actual, the back of the wheels themselves, the wheel covers. Yeah, you look around, the steering wheel's a really cool shape. Again, obviously none of this is based off a real car. There hasn't been a real car built that we've seen publicly yet. I'm basically presuming that this is just RSS having their, making their best guess at what it might be like. So as you can see, we've got the halo as well. You're nice and snugly fit into the cockpit. All the buttons and dials and everything like that. As usual, anything from RSS tends to pass the VR test, just really high quality. Like, I can feel like I reach out and press those reset and webmaster buttons. Webmaster was my nickname in college. But yeah, so it looks gorgeous. You got the lights flashing up there. Just gonna have a look in the pits. If we have a look at the settings that you can mess with, so there's actually quite a few on this one. You've got the gears, which you actually can't adjust strangely. But you've got tires, which I'm going to set to soft. Fuel, obviously, you can put as much as 130 or 140 litres of fuel into it, which is pretty crazy. I usually stick at 10 just for a couple of laps. You've got your electronics, you best with all the MGUK and MGUH, that kind of stuff. Brake engine, aerodynamics, you can adjust your wings, brakes, bias and power, drivetrain. And what blows my mind here is the amount of options for the suspension. You've got alignments, just main, which is your height and that kind of thing, travel, wheel rate. You've got dampers, which is very much like a whole load of options there. You've got heave, which is something that I've never seen before in Assetto Corsa. I have no idea what that could even mean. If it's different somehow to bump and rebound normally, I'm not sure. But bump stops as well. Then you've got various, which is steer assist, which is on by default, which is at 80. I'm not sure what that is or how that's meant to work or why that's a thing and why it'd be enabled by default, but it is, so I'll leave it as such. And in visuals, you can adjust the halo to be invisible for the kind of middle part. I was going to say the thong part, but that's just seems a bit strange. Yeah, basically, if you've ever driven in VR or obviously in a real car with a halo, you can tell that where they're placed can be right in the middle of if there's action happening in front of you, and or if there's cars just slightly off in distance, the halo can kind of get in the way of that. So having the option to make that see-through is pretty cool. I wonder if that will be a thing that will ever come to real cars. But anyway, we'll move on to the sound check. So in car, it's very interesting. It's very thin, but it's also got this kind of raspy sort of thing. I don't know who else to do other than make a fool of myself by actually trying to imitate the noise. Just there, right on the kind of, as you let go of the accelerator, it's got a nice little rasp to it. Check out the outside view. Of course, I'm using the AlphaTauri because I wouldn't be a car YouTuber if I didn't. Yeah, so fairly quiet overall, fairly thin, but as you can see there, such cool lighting effects. You got the lighting, the what's called battery recovery lights on the wings as well, which is something that I literally just noticed. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, we go for a lap or two. Now I know I did say with the Renault Clio video that we would be doing laps of the Nürburgring, but that again applied to road cars and GT3 cars or something like that. Like an F1 car, I think I should put it onto an actual track. So now, unfortunately, I do want these videos to be my first ever drive of the cars, but that's just not the case in this one. Just with the sheer amount of testing that I had to do to try and get it back to 90 FPS for the recording, I've had to drive the car a fair bit. And so I've gotten some opinions on it, but I don't think that will change too much. It's an interesting drive. It's very powerful. I think it's like 990 horsepower or something like that, like something ridiculous. But it also does, like, it does feel quite a bit like the current Formula Hybrid cars. It's hard to describe. Like, it's absolutely not something that you can put your foot down in. At least not without the warming the tyres, from what I found. Because to be fair, like, a lot of my testing has just been doing the first couple of laps while I check with the frame rates. But yeah, you can see the kind of all the information that you need there is on the wheel. All your laps, best laps, your RPMs, revs. You've got the DRS enabled, and your recovery, or like your overtake button, whatever that's called now, whatever used to be cares that we have now, where you can press a button and get that extra power. Do it. What's interesting about this car is that in the current Formula cars, I can take that corner flat out if I get the line right. I don't seem to be able to do it in this one. Brakes are fantastic though, which is something that actually I'm a little bit bad with. As we enable the DRS and the ERS, you see the rear wing is open there in the mirrors. Oh, got a little distracted looking in the mirrors. Yeah, when the brakes are this good on Formula cars, I tend to still be, whoa, it's save, is it? No, I thought I'd saved it. Yeah, I tend to just be a little bit kind of, I don't know, it's like I forget how good they actually are, and I end up braking earlier than I need to, which is interesting. But yeah, for the most part, I don't think that I can take this corner flat out. Yeah, see, I had to let off there. I was drifting wide, which is really interesting. Like, you would think, I don't know if it's the lack of downforce maybe, because I think that's the aim here, is that they've got less wings, less kind of pointy, sticky outy bits pushing the car into the floor, as a way to minimise the air kind of getting disturbed by the back, so it makes the potential for overtaking better. And as a result, I think the cars might have less downforce, to be honest. That just seems to be what I'm noticing, because, oh god. It's a handful, alright. But yeah, I noticed that I can't take this corner flat out as I usually can. Let's try this way. See, that was a little bit, but it still ran wide and almost lost it. Maybe I'm just not taking the line correctly. Maybe I haven't figured out the line for this car just yet. As we go again, DRS enabled. Onto the ERS, which I just realised I can actually just read. I thought that said DRS. Yeah, but it has a particularly weird issue that, it's not a huge thing, but I noticed the skin mods that I've installed, the likes of AlphaTauri, and I've done some like Mercedes ones. Let's try this again. No, see? So if you see the tyres, they have the default RSS Forza and Forza E or whatever it is that it says. Whereas the skin mods, they're supposed to have the Pirellis. They're supposed to, like, if you look at them in the showroom, like, I think they have the Pirelli P0 logos on them. So it's strange that they don't seem to include them in it when you're actually in the game. Now, you can when you change the tyres. I don't know if I pointed it out, but you can see the tyres changing. I think that's a mod that I have where you can actually see the tyre compound change colour. But it still stays with the formula, which is interesting. Right, so let's just say that we're going to change from soft to hard, and let's see if the tyre compound changes. So there goes the Forza. And they actually do, yeah. Okay. No, wait, no, they don't. That's weird. But yeah, I have to say, overall, is it massively different, as different as I expected it to be, in relation to the kind of current Formula Hybrid cars that we've tried, and stuff like the SF70H that we have actually officially from Kunos? Not really. It's majorly the difference would be the lack of downforce. That's what I've seen. Like, it's not as easy to drive. That's 100%. Like, I can say that for sure. It doesn't always drive itself as much as the Formula Hybrid cars can. I'm just gonna duck back in and switch tyres again because I don't like hards. Not for hot lapping anyway. Outrageously good pit stop there, of course. Yeah, that's weird. You can see the P0 on the tyres when they put them on, but then when they actually go onto the car, they go back to the RSS default, which is very strange. But anyway, yeah. So, like, it's absolutely a phenomenal car. Like, the attention to detail, obviously, and the physics and everything that you can feel through the wheel is fantastic. Like, all the little slips and slides and bumps and everything like that. Even just on the G920, again, I know people are going to laugh at that and be like, ha ha ha, how could you tell on a G920? But no, honestly, it's everything that you want to feel is there, from the car's end at least. Obviously, whatever you say, whatever you want about the wheel. But obviously then the sound, while it's very thin, I don't like the sound as much, but it definitely has its own unique kind of rasp, and there's all these like little pops and clicks and all that kind of thing that you can hear, which is good. No, there we go, way out wide. So yeah, I think it's just lacking downforce compared to the compared to the current cars. Ooh, that was bad. Now again, obviously, as I said, this is just the base standard tune. All I did was put the fuel down to 10 litres just to kind of save a bit of weight, and then the soft tyres. That's it. Like, I haven't messed with any of the suspension or tuning settings, so that's what I'm comparing it to. I'm comparing this base car on soft tyres and low fuel to something like the Formula Hybrid, like 2018 or 2017. Because I never bothered picking up the 2019 mod because it just really didn't seem like there was enough difference between the 18 and 19 for it to be worth. Like, if you let off just a little bit, you've got it. Yeah, it's so weird. Yeah, for it to be worth me picking up the 19 one. So at least comparing this directly to the 2018 mod, it's yeah, it just seems to be like stock tune for stock tune. It just seems to be a little bit. Just a lack of downforce just seems to be the only way that I can put it. Like, not that it's not, again, as I said, not that it's not fun, not that it's not enjoyable. Let's see, is there any other way I can take this line? Eee, okay, alright, that was a little better. Turning in just a little bit later, I managed to get around flat out that time. Let's see if we can go for it again. A little bit further off the apex than I'd like. Ooh, we turn. No. Oh. Okay, that's a big off. But I guess I'll use that opportunity to call it a quits there. I think we've gotten the gist across. It's very good for the sake of €4, like less than the price of a cup of tea or and a sandwich or something like that, or McDonald's. Like, you've got yourself an absolutely gorgeous and absolutely incredible to drive mod. It's just, it's a little different. It's new. It's different. Yeah, but for one last time, the link will be in the description to this, the Formula Hybrid X 2021 from Race Sim Studios. An absolute class mod. And that's it. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new here. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.